What's up, guys? So this is the DC2 cluster into a 96 to 2000 Honda Civic SI, EX, DX, CX, LX, whatever, 4-door, 2-door, doesn't matter. EK coupe, EK hatch, whatever. We're going to do a DC2 into EK cluster harness install. These are the tools you're going to need. This is a wire stripper. You're gonna need that. You're gonna need this. So when you try to splice the wiring harness in the center, when you want to make a hole in the middle of the wiring harness onto the EK harness, you're gonna need this. So this, and a cutter, or whatever cutter you have. So I've been preparing the harness like this, separating it one by one, and looking at the color very closely, making sure each color is different, right? That's how you want it to look when you want to make your life easier when trying to install this harness onto the EK harness, original harness. This will be the extra harness. It will be the secondary for the plug and play DC2 cluster into the EK. So far, this is what I've been doing, separating one by one instead of having it all together. You want to do it like this because it's much easier to work on, much more organized. So what we're going to get started with is we're going to start stripping the wires. Maybe have, like, I'd say half an inch, strip half an inch, and just have it ready so you could install it onto the EK original cluster harness. So let's get started. Alrighty then. Alright. So that's what you want it to look like. All separated. Spread them out. You know? So it's much easier. Normally, they would just take this whole tape out. You know what I'm saying? They would take everything out and just literally have it opened up. Take out all this tape and this original tape out. And normally that would be better, but I don't want to do that right now. So it's up to you. If you want to do that, you can do it. Normally it's better. But yeah. Trying to get this open. Alrighty then. Let's try using a scissors for that. Scissors. It's much better. Yeah, we'll use the scissors. Go. I'm going to use the scissors to cut this open. Cut this open a little bit without stripping the wire or hurting it or whatever. Just like that. Okay. Seems to be a little thick, but I'm gonna make it work. Let me pause this for a second. Alrighty then. So you do one by one. This is, there it is, look at that. It says 1.0, 1 millimeter wire strip. And it goes there we go. Should slide right out. There we go. That's one. We gotta do it for all of them. We gotta do it for all of them. We got all these ready. Now we just spread them out. They're ready now. Ready to be wired. Just be careful. Just spread them out. That's all you need to do. Spread it out, straighten them out. However you want to do it. Spread it out, straighten it out, whatever. And then inspect each wire, make sure they're all good. Inspect each wire, make sure they're very thick. You know, make sure no extra copper wires was cut. You know? You want as much voltage as you can get. You know? Inspect each wire. Make sure you didn't cut, you know, extra wire out. Spread them out, and that's that. Just like that. And have it ready to get it installed onto the EK. And there you have it. That's how you do it. And you use the where it says 1.0 millimeter. You want to use 1.0 millimeter to strip these wires. As far as for these, we're going to use this for when we go on the EK Civic. All right. So as you can see, evenly stripped, decently. We're just going to inspect each one. Make sure they're not short-cutted. See, this one might be short-cutted. I might have to redo this one. Look, see? There's that little one, the little copper wire right there. I might have to redo this one. All right, we'll redo that one. Also, if you haven't already, a really good idea to do also is twisty. Make this twisty so it doesn't have a lot of play. Make it twisty. Twist it. Like this. See? So for when you go install this onto the EK original wiring harness, it'll be much smoother. It'll be easier, and it won't be any, you know, a lot of play like these. See how this has a lot of wires like that? Twist it, and you won't have that problem when installing it. You know? Twist it, twist it, twist it. Like that. It'll be much easier to install. That's another pro tip when doing this type of stuff. This is actually my first time doing a cluster wiring harness, but I did take telecommunication class in high school, so this is common knowledge, basic common knowledge, common sense, telecommunications. So it's wiring, electrical wiring, so technically it's kind of like the same a little bit. So yeah, just keep on twisting it like that, and it'll be much easier. See how like there's a lot of wires like that? You don't want that. You want to twist it and twist it and twist it. Twist it, twist it, twist it, twist it, twist it. It'll be much easier install. Twist, twist, twist. Just like that. Twisty, twisty, twisty. Twisty, twisty, twisty. Alright. Now that you get the point, I'm gonna turn off the video for now. Alrighty. Thank you. Alright guys, so I have successfully twisted all the wires. So this should be ease of install. This is kind of time consuming in some form, fashion of a way, but it'll work and it'll be better for you to get this 100%. All right. What's going on, guys? So we have finally got the diagram. Here it is. This is a diagram for the Civic. If you guys want to take that down or write it down or whatever. This is 16 pin and 13 pin plug. So yeah, if you guys want to take that down or whatever, we're literally just gonna repin these wires. I already took out the adapter that holds the wires in. I already took that out using this tool to take it out. So yeah, we're gonna be working on this one right here, the 16 pin. So the 16 pin, this is just all the information for the EK Civic cluster. So for this 16 pin, since mine is a DC2 cluster, mine's actually an Aero DC2 cluster. This is for the JDM Integra DC2 cluster. I don't know if it works, but I'm gonna try and see if it works. So this is for the 16 pin. I don't know if you guys can see, but here it is. We're literally gonna just follow these guidelines right here. We're just gonna follow this. Let me write it down. We're literally just gonna follow these most important ones. That's all we're gonna do. These are the most important ones right here. These right here. The 16 pin. And then these right here as well. So we're just gonna follow this 16 pin. I'm gonna leave a URL link in the description box so you guys actually check it out yourself if you're doing it in an EG or a Civic, the older model ones, or maybe, I don't know, I guess the EK, right? Whatever. So we're literally just gonna repin these, take some of the wires out, and repin them. Pretty much. That's it. So, yep. That's all we're gonna do. So, I'm gonna get right to it. Like I said, I am not a professional, so do it at your own risk, to be honest. To be honest, do it at your own risk. Alright. So we have B10. So now we're gonna count B10 to B1. We're gonna do B10 to B1, which is yellow white. We're gonna take, no, B10 is actually red black. So we're gonna take red black and we're gonna put it onto B1. That's what we're gonna do. Where's red black? Red black, we're gonna have to find red black. There's red black. Alrighty then. I guess we're gonna take red black from this one. That's interesting. Hold on. Red black. That's from the 13 pin. I didn't know we had to take from the 13 pin. I guess this one's different. So give me 1 second. B10 to B1. That's interesting. Hold on. It says red black. This is using the URL Honda Tech forums after doing a lot of research. We got red black right here. Here's the red black. Red black's right here, except we have two red blacks. 3 red blacks actually. We have 3 red black. 3 red black. But let me confirm, make sure. We actually have 3 red black. I only see 1 red black right here. As far as this one, I don't see red black on this one. Another red black right here on the green one. And that's about it. Where is the other red black? That's interesting. We have 3 red blacks right here. Very interesting. Alrighty. Let me pause this for a second, actually. Alright. Back again. So yeah, we had to depin this out. We literally, all we did was we pressed on this side, and then we pushed it out in the middle. Simple. Just don't break the clips. They're easy to break. So, alright, so back to where we were. Red, black. So B10 is a red, black fuse. Let me see if I have alrighty, I don't think it is. So red, black, power fuse, C13 to B10. Oh, I see. So this was from B13. Okay, so I gotta take the red, black out. C13. Alrighty. So yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna stop right there. Your best bet is being focused on this because I'm gonna have to use the phone. So I'm gonna have to use the phone so I could make sure and confirm everything's correct. So I'll let you know if anything. Alright guys, so I've been needing my phone. So now I am recording this. So I basically had this whole thing unplugged because I have a Aerospec Dc2 cluster. So I had to get a different graph. This one's the C. So I wasn't supposed to do the B. So it's supposed to be C. So I just been following it one by one, writing down C onto these because it's Aerospec. So literally I've been using this to literally unplug the pins right here. I'm gonna try to record. Let's see if I can do it. Hold on. So I literally used this and just went like put it right underneath. There's like a little, you gotta really look into it, you know what I'm saying? You gotta really look into it. You go like this, push it up, and as you do that, as you're pushing it up, pull it out, watch. See? Just pull it out, you see? So I'm gonna put this and plug it back in because I have to plug it back in. But that's how you do it. And then it should click. It should click. I have a problem on one of the wires. This one right here comes out loosely. See that? There's no clip to hold it in. So I'm gonna have to put tape or some kind of sticky icky, maybe some kind of either tape or something to get this thing not to come out. So so far so good. I'm gonna have to plug this one in right now to the 16th. This is from 1 to 16, the 16 pin. So you want it to be, you want this to face up. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm on the final one now, which is C16. This one has to be plugged right here, which is green, red. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug that in, and I'm gonna continue doing what I've been doing, following the graph using my telephone. So I have to use the telephone because I don't feel like writing down the aerospec freaking graph on this again. It kind of takes a while to write everything down, so I've just been following it pretty much. So it's pretty simple. If you have a JDM cluster, you could just use this one right here. This will work. And you follow, these are for the pins. You take, for example, B10. B10, you gotta take red, black out of either one, wherever it is red, black. From 10, then you gotta put it on 1. So if it was red, black, this is from 1 to 16, so red, black would go right here, you know? It's pretty simple. It's not that complicated, but it's time consuming. So it's very time consuming. I'm gonna have to wire this up also when I go to the Civic, but it'll get the job done. So if you have an aerospec, just message me and I'll send you the graph or the diagram for the aerospec. Aerospec is more complicated. It's different colors. It's not the same colors as this or the Civic. So I had to do research for this one. All right, till then. So I'm pretty much done. This is what you want it to look like for the Aero 260 kilometers EDM cluster. This is the 16 pin plug. This has been repinned. So this is the exact color you want. Take a good photo and save it if you want to do it on the aerospec cluster. This is the 13. So take a good photo of that. That's what you want. Just like that. Now I gotta figure this out. The SRS light. I don't know if I should cut it out and get this thing rewired or something. I'll have to figure that out. Yeah. Alright guys, quick update. We do not need it to tape the that red wire that was coming out because the white brackets holds it in, so it doesn't come out anymore. You know what I'm saying? So this should be good to go now. Plug and play, and then all we gotta do now is wire it up. That's it. Alright guys, I'm sure you guys know this already, but you have to take 2 screws on top of the cluster cover bezel. There's 2 screws that you gotta take out, and the and this will come out. Literally 2 screws on the top. And make sure when you pull it out on the cluster, you push this down, the top part down, so you don't break the plastic pieces on the top. So just want to confirm that. And the cluster should look like this. There's a screw right there, and another screw right there, and I'm pretty sure there's one up there, and another one right there. Pretty much. Simple. Alright, so we got the cluster out. As you can see, cluster is out. So now we got these wires that we have to connect. I'm gonna have to match the colors, or I'm gonna splice the wires here, splice them here, and connect it into this harness. The Integra plugs that I have, I'm gonna connect it into this harness, the original harness. I just have to match the wires using the diagram. Match the wires, the colors, and you know, the description. And it should be plug and play for the Integra and Civic cluster. So instead of getting rid of these and ruining these, the original harness, I'm just gonna splice these wires and put the Integra cluster. That way I'll have this and the Integra cluster. So whenever I wanna put the original one back in or whatever, I can. Or if I ever wanna use an Integra cluster, I can as well, you know? So yeah, this is the 13 pin. I'm gonna have to make sure this is good. These colors and whatnot, or whatever. I'm gonna do some research, see if well, this is good for the Ek cluster anyway. I just have to splice these wires, but I'm gonna, you know, make sure I do some research, make sure these colors match the diagrams too, you know, because you don't want to splice the wires up and then these colors don't match the diagram. You know, you got to make sure it is what it is, you know. So when you get the diagram, make sure these colors on the pins match that diagram before splicing the wires, you know, or else you'll do the whole job for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when you go to splice the wires, make sure all these colors on this harness matches the diagram. That way, there's no problems, you know? Alright, so now we're doing the SRS wire splitting. This is for the airbags, I guess. What we're doing is switching from the yellow to the blue and the blue to the yellow. This is basically the same as a Civic SRS cluster. So Integra and Civic has the same thing, but you still have to switch from the blue to the yellow and the yellow to the blue. So what I did was I spliced this blue and yellow wire. I did the same thing over here, spliced that one and spliced that one, and I'm literally just gonna connect the blue wire to the yellow and then the yellow wire to the blue wire. That's what the diagram is saying. So that way when I go to wire this up into this Civic harness, I'll have to do the same thing. So yep. Alright guys, this is the Aero Integra Type R Cluster into the Ek Civic harness. This is what I got based on my research for these clusters, because they're different than the JDM Integra Type R clusters. So you have to get the specific diagram from the Aero Integra Type R cluster so you could wire it into the Ek Civic harness. So this is what it's supposed to look like, and then I used this, and then I used this to match it for the 96 to 2000 Honda Civic Ek. So I basically just did a color match to do it, and made sure I basically followed every plug. I went to the Civic plug, and I went to the plugs that came with the Integra Type R from Europe. I went to make sure that they match and that, you know, some of them might not match, but I was able to do another diagram if you guys are going to use the Aero or Australian Integra Type R clusters. This might be your best bet. I'll take pictures and I'll put it in the video as well so you guys can see. But this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm using. This right here is what I'm going to use. So I basically just used the Aero R diagram and the USDM or whatever Honda Civic Ek diagram and just try to match the lettering, whatever it's for. Some of them might be a little bit different, but this should work. I haven't tried it yet. I'm gonna try it, but so I'll let you guys know if it works or not. This is the most important right here. Following this, the stars is for me to investigate and for me to go look at it, make sure it works, and test it and whatnot, because some of them they don't match the colors of the other cluster harness. So the stars just means for me to, you know, careful look, be cautious before finishing and then closing and then installing everything without checking. The question marks is to double check, because this one is one dot on the colors, one silver dot, and then the other one is two silver dots for the gauge lights. So the question marks is to make sure, double check if this works. And then there's blue black, right? There's for the trunk light. I don't know what I would do with that because I'm using blue black for the door light. See, blue black for the door light and then blue black for the trunk light. There's two of them, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to put it for door and trunk. So I gotta check that out. And then this is the 13 pin. The 13 pin, same thing. So same thing for the 13 pin repinning process. The question marks is to double check and make sure, because there's, you know, we have two grounds. I already have ground on that one on the 16 pin, so I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to use it. Right there, you see, black to black. This one's saying black to black again, but I only have one black on the Civic cluster, and this one has two blacks. So I gotta see if I could merge that too for ground. I don't know if it's gonna work, but that's the question for that one. So if you guys want to use this, what I used or whatever, if you want to take a photo or whatever, I'll post a photo in the video as well so you guys could use it. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, so I'm gonna check it out, see if it works. Alrighty then. Oh, I forgot to mention, finally got another tool. It makes life much easier. Make sure you guys get one of these. It's a copper wire stripper separator. This is probably one of the best tools you can get for when doing wiring. I recommend it because it will make your life so much easier and it'll be faster, and you won't have to, you know, do a mess on your wiring harness or whatever. So, and get some electrical tape too, that helps. And maybe some of these, the splitters or whatever, the butt splice, so you can connect one end to the other, make it a clean job or whatever. The electrical tape also works too. Alrighty then, thank you. Alright guys, so we're gonna get ready to install the cluster harness onto the Civic Si. We're just gonna color match them, some of them anyway. So we're just gonna color match some of them, and that's it. Hopefully it works, and blah blah blah. Let's get started. First off, I gotta cut the gotta take out the tape for now. So it's much easier to work on the thing, on the harness. Just take out the tape. If you have a stock, untouched, uncut harness, take out the tape. Makes your life much easier if you take it out, in my opinion. Maybe. For some, maybe not. Well, this one looks like it's a little blah blah blah. Alrighty. There we go. Alright. There we go. Tape is out. We're gonna start plugging some holes. See which ones are which. Start spreading them out. We're gonna do 13 pin because it looks much easier. Actually, we'll do the 16 pin because it's much harder. There's much tighter space. We don't want to have too many harnesses. I don't want to cut the stock OEM harness, so so yeah, we're just gonna splice a hole in every color one we need. We're gonna focus on the last 2 pages, which is the most important pages. The 16 pin, this is the install. We're gonna focus on the 16 pin, and we're going to focus on the 13 pin. So those are the 2 main focus. We only need these 2 pages. We don't need anything else. We already prepared it to get it installed. That's it. That's all we're gonna do. So spread it out, get it ready for install. Make sure you don't mess up. Confirm, double check, troubleshoot it. You know, spread them out one by one. Take your time, patience. Don't mess up the wires either. Just take your time. That's it. Take your time. Alright, so we're gonna get one of these. This should work. This is a wire separator, and we're gonna start with one yellow black on the 16 pin. Where's yellow black? Let's see. We got yellow, blue. We got yellow black. Is this yellow black 2 dots? I gotta make sure it's yellow black 2 dots. Let me put some light over here. How about that, huh? How about some light? Just like that. Alright, so yellow black. Excuse me, it's nighttime. I know. It is nighttime. So to confirm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This is the 16 pin, just to confirm. Alright, so yellow black. We got yellow black right here, but it has 2 dots, 2 silver dots. That's the main one right now. So that's B10. B10. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. B10. 9, 10. Yeah, this is correct. So we got to splice yellow black. That's the one we're working with for the first one. Yellow black. Sweet. Alrighty. Let me put this up here. Gotta get this ready. Alright. Yellow black. Maybe I just go like this. It's much easier. Alright. Yellow black. Okay, hold on. Make sure. Oh, I don't want to cut too close. so it's gonna be a pain in the neck. Let me push my seat a little up more. All right, see if this works. Yellow, black. You want to take your time doing this. Don't rush it. Oh my gosh. I think it's just much easier if I go like this. It's kind of tight, so don't want to cut the wire and then accidentally, you know. You do not want to cut the wire. You do not want to cut the wire. That's the most important thing. Don't want to do. That's the don't thing. The don'ts for this. Do not cut the damn wire. Hold on. This is not working. That's why this wasn't working right. Oh, it's not working right. Oh my gosh. There we go. That's why it wasn't working right. Oh my gosh. Making me look stupid. Believe this. Alright. Alright. We got it. Let's see if it's clean. It looks good. Think it's gonna work. Alrighty. So now we're gonna make a hole in the center. Literally just make a hole. Literally in the center. That's all we're gonna do. Just make a hole. That's it. Alright. Of course, without ruining the wires. Maybe that'll work. Alright. So, now we fill in the black, yellow. Let's see, black, yellow. Where's this one coming from? Black, yellow is coming from C1. So C1 on the 16 pin is yellow, black. We got it. All right, so yellow, black. Yellow, black, yellow, black. It's pretty complicated. This is my first time doing this, so don't make fun. Don't make fun. You know? This is a tough thing to do, you know. You gotta have a lot of patience for this kind of work. A lot of patience. Alright. I think I'm gonna stop the camera now because we're gonna be here all day trying to wire this up. So you guys pretty much get it, right? Just plug a hole, strip one end and the other, separate it, the copper wire, and then make a hole in the middle of the copper wire, and just color match them with the install guide, the diagram. That's it. It's as simple as that. I'll post if I get this done today. I'll post the before and after. All right. Thank you. Alright, so there it is. That's what you want it to look. You want to make a hole between the copper wire. Make sure it's evenly distributed, evenly spaced out. You know, make sure it's it's decent, not just one wire then 5 wires up. You know, you want to be even. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to ruin it. And then just put in, color match these or follow the diagram, install guide, and the chart, and you should be good. Just do it for all of them, pretty much. That's it. 1, 2, 3. All right. That's it. This is right there. You see where it says yellow to black, fuel gauge. That's the first one we're doing from 16 pin. All right. Alrighty, Dan. Alrighty, Dan. All right. Just so you see, that's exactly how you want it to look. You want to twist it, twisty, make it look clean. Keep it super tight. Use your fingers, and then just keep doing the same thing, the same process, using the install guide. Pretty simple. But you gotta make sure you follow the process. Troubleshoot it. Make sure it's correct. Make sure there's live feed, or test it. Do the whole full 9. Don't do any shortcuts. All right. That's what we're doing right here. Yeah. Here it is. That's one. If you have a better way of doing it, you do it better than me. I'm not in a competition. I don't need to make it look good. This is whatever gets the job done. If you want to solder it, you can solder it. It's up to you. If you want to use like a pin, not a pin, like one of those connectors, you can use the connectors. I'm doing it like that with electrical tape. So that's how I do it. So far, so good. All right, guys, little by little, literally just taping it up. This is very, very time consuming. You do not want to take shortcuts. Make sure you do it right. You know what I'm saying? I literally separated all the wires so it's more organized. So I'm just doing everything separate. I took out all the freaking tape out. So it's just much easier taking out all the tape. So little by little, guys, and we'll have extra harness for the Integra, and we'll have harness for the EM1 EK. Alrighty, Dan. Alright, guys. I'm on my last one. My last wiring to wire. It's about damn time. We're going blue to blue. Here it is, last one. Been here for a while, messing around. Piece of advice is take your time. Don't rush this wiring process. Take your sweet freaking time. That's all I'm gonna tell you right now. Take your time, take your time, take your time. That's the best advice you'll ever get. Don't rush anything. Some parts are pretty complicated, so you just gotta take your sweet time. Make sure you tape it up real good, electrical tape, you know. You wanna make sure everything's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So C8. So C8 has to be on this one. Smaller one. Blue to blue. Blue to blue, baby. Let's see. C8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on. Wait a second. Wait a second. It has to be this one. Let's see. There's no blue on this one. Oh, wait. Yes, there is. Blue's right here. Alrighty. You gotta take your time. Make sure you do good work. Don't skip. You know? There it is. We're at the last, very last one. Alright. Take your time. Be careful stripping the wire. Came at a point where I had to rewire because I stripped freaking wire. I had to rewire the damn thing again. So Yeah. There you go. Big hole. Alright. This should go in. Just like that. Just like that. Make sure this can come out. Oh yeah, it comes out. Make sure this can come out. Sweeten it. Do a little twisty. Twist it up real good. Like that. There we go. Make sure it's got copper on copper contact. Just like that. We're gonna test the cluster right now. I'm just gonna tape this up. We're literally gonna test the cluster. Make sure when you're doing this to disconnect the battery, you want to do it with the battery, you know what I'm saying? You know, when you're doing wiring. So make sure you disconnect the battery when you wire these things up. You know, just taken as a precaution. You know? So when wiring these things up, just be careful, that's all. Also, I don't know how I'm gonna put the hazards on this one. There's 2 for hazards, but I can't find any wires for hazards. So I'm gonna have to figure out what the heck I'm gonna do with that. The hazards are right here. On the EKs, they're right here. So I don't know if the hazards are gonna work. So we're gonna check, see if that works. If it doesn't, then we're not gonna have hazards. Unless there's some other way to do it, I don't know. Alright, we got it! Oh, hold on. One last thing, I forgot about this. The yellow plug is you wanna go from, on the yellow plug, on the Integra cluster harness, you wanna go from blue to yellow and yellow to blue. So wire that in. Blue to yellow and yellow to blue. For the SRS yellow, we could actually cut it out. Matter of fact, we might cut it out and just wire it in. That's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut it out and just wire that in. Integrate it onto this one. Put the yellow to blue and blue to yellow. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do, I guess. Cut this damn thing out. And I'll, alright guys, I am officially done wiring it. I taped this up a little bit to make it more cleaner, more nicer. Here's the DC2 cluster and EK cluster interchangeable. DC2 EK interchangeable clusters. Whenever you want to put your EM1 cluster, you can, or DC2 at the same time. No problems. Hopefully this wiring was done good and that we should be able to go. Here's another example. I cleaned it up a little bit, make it more cleaner. Taped it up a little bit, you know. These are the hazards. I got to figure out how I'm going to wire the hazards lights. I'm gonna have to figure that out. And here it is, the SRS light. I cut out the SRS light from the DC2 and I just wired it into the EM1 SI cluster harness. Excuse me, it's kind of like cold right now, so I don't have the car on right now. No heater, no nothing. Been outside for a while. It's nighttime, so bear with me. We're gonna get this plugged in and we're gonna try the damn cluster. We're gonna get this plugged in and try the cluster, see how it went, and that's that. All right guys, we are going to install the EM1 cluster. Hopefully this works, man. It's my first time wiring a freaking wiring harness, so I'm hoping it works. That'd be cool if it does. If it doesn't work, I am definitely going to be upset because I spent almost, I don't want to say 2 days, but a couple of hours prepping, getting this thing set up nicely, you know, getting it real good. So, hopefully it's good. I'm going to do the EM1 cluster first because I want to make sure it works, just in case, you know, the Integra cluster wasn't good. So, yep. I gotta see where this connects first. So, the 16 pin, there we go, up top. This gotta go this way. It's gotta be like this. Oh boy, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be a little tight. Yeah, it's gonna be a little tight. Considering, all right. Let's get this damn thing started. Alright, so we got that one. Alright, we got that one. Alright. Let's see if the EM1 cluster works, at least the EM1 cluster. We gotta make sure the EM1 cluster works, because if not, then I gotta go get a whole new dash harness for the EM1. So, there we go. Alright guys, moment of truth. Moment of truth. I am hoping the EM1 cluster works. You have no idea. At least the OEM cluster, you know. Hopefully I don't... Oh! We got the first startup on the EM1 cluster. It works! We never lost any power. High beam works, hazards work. All right, guys. Sweet. Oh, cruise control is not connected. Oh, I gotta see about the cruise control. Dimmer works. Gotta see about the cruise control. I might have the wrong one connected, that's why. The wrong green wire. So, alright, so I'm gonna pause the video for a second. You guys saw that, right? EM1 cluster works. So we're gonna try to Integra now. Alrighty. So as you can see, EM1 cluster works. Now I'm gonna turn it off. We're going to install the Integra cluster, and then we're going to test out both. We're going to test out the Integra cluster and the EM1, see if the speedo works, you know, all that. Actually, let me check the... Wait a minute. Let me see if the blinking door works. Yes, it does. That's good news, that's good news. Alright. EM1 cluster works. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Alrighty. So that's good news, guys and girls, ladies and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Well, now it's becoming a pain in the neck to take out. These things are hard sometimes. Oh my goodness. Let me pause this for a second. Alright. Time for the moment of truth. Ladies and gentlemen, we have here the Integra Type R Cluster NDK. Moment of truth now. Now is the moment of truth. This should connect here. And this one should connect back here. See if it works. Moment of truth. Oh, that was a nice click. And we're missing the yellow one. The yellow one. Got the yellow one. Alrighty. Let's see. Moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. Moment of truth. For the Integra Type R Cluster. I gotta see where the where's the yellow one? Is it on this side? Oh, it's all the way over here. The yellow connector. All the way on this side. So let's see if it works. Yeah, it's the right one. Alrighty, we have here the Integra cluster. Moment of truth. Hopefully it works. I am super excited. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's so beautiful. Guess what? Guess freaking what? Oh, I gotta take out the ABS light because I don't have ABS. Blinkers work. Hazards work. Oh, hazards do work. Oh, that works. Blinkers work. Hazards work. Oh my goodness. You guys see this? Alrighty guys, we have successfully installed an Integra Dc2 cluster. I'm gonna take out the ABS bulb out like that, you know, because I don't have ABS. Integras are the only cars that come with ABS. The Civic SIs don't come with ABS. Look at this. That's freaking cool. Let's see, the e-brake works. It goes down. That works. So as you can see, hazards work. Alright. I don't even have to plug the hazards. Nice. So this is gonna be a great video. My tutorial guide worked. So awesome, great stuff. There it is, guys. DC2 Type R Cluster in a Civic EK. Everything works. Sweet. Now, as far as mounting brackets, I gotta go find, I don't know how the heck I'm gonna mount this cluster into the Civic, but I literally gotta find mounting brackets for this thing. I don't know how I'm gonna mount it, to be honest. I'm already thinking about using zip ties for now, but I don't know. I gotta figure it out. If you guys have any tips, let me know. So here's the final product. This is Type R cluster, and then that's the EK cluster in the back. I just literally simply taped it up a little bit good, you know, made it a little bit cleaner and whatnot. This is the hazards. You don't need to use this. Car has hazards, so for installing an aero arm, you don't need hazards. So yeah, pretty much just keep it clean. This, the only one I'm not gonna wire up because this has a lot of work over here. I don't want to, you know, stretch out wires or whatever, so I'm just gonna leave this one regular. So that's what it looks like. So we got DC2 SRS and we have EM1 SRS. Mark one of the SRS so you know which one is the EM1 and which one is the DC2. Same thing for the harness too. Unless you know it by heart, then that's different. I don't know. But in my opinion, yep. And that's about it, guys. You know, this is the end for a DC2 and EM1 interchangeable cluster. End of a vlog. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment if you liked this video. Thank you. And till then, thanks for watching.
guess it works.